Off for Sports, Giants Nation. How y'all feeling about that preseason game? I'm feeling pretty good, and I got some reasons why. First, before I begin, I just ask you to like and subscribe to this channel for all content, especially our New York Giants. And I'm just really encouraged with what I saw. And the reason why I say I'm encouraged is because of the way our backups played yesterday, and especially our young players. Last year and in years past, let's be honest, we have not had a lot of depth on this team. One injury puts everyone in peril, and it's just a domino effect that comes from bad drafting, injuries, so forth. But I gotta say, I am very, very encouraged with what I saw yesterday from the backups. Mainly the defense. I thought the defense played tremendously yesterday, and it was a good start for Shane Bowen, who was a new coach taking over for Wink. And you could already see the emphasis on stopping the run. And that is what I love to see. As Giants fans, we all have to always start with point of attack. That's who we are. That's always been who we are. That's been our history. 100 years of history at that. This is what we need. Wink Martindale did not care about the run. He was always about getting to the quarterback, playing tricks with the quarterback, but the run came second. Now, Shane Bowen has statistically been good. His defense has been very good units against the run in Tennessee, and you can see that there's some toughness being developed here, and I love it. And the starters didn't play, but you could see the difference in philosophy on the field. The defense played tremendous yesterday. I thought our young players flashed. Our secondary especially. Andrew Phillips, third round pick. You could talk to me about 22% missed tackle rate that I've heard all off season about. The eye test shows that he can play. Okay, and the games that I saw in Kentucky, he was physical, he was tackling, he was doing well out the slot. He got, his issue with Andrew Phillips in college was just, ball skills, finishing plays, getting interceptions, But coverage-wise, he's been sticky, okay, since college, and he's been a solid tackler. At times, he's missed tackles, but it isn't egregious the way it was made to seem. The eye test will show you. The eye test says it, that this guy is going to stick his nose in there. He's going to play the run. He's going to play sticky coverage, aggressive physical ball. That's Giants football. That's why we drafted him. And I thought he played well yesterday. He really did well. He was really good in the run game. And I don't see how, anyway, he isn't the leader for the slot corner job. All right? So it's good to see that he is developing so far pretty good in this system. And time will tell as things go. Bumps in the road, of course, for rookies, but it's doing well. I also thought Tyler Nubin, our rookie second-round pick, made an impact yesterday. You could see the tools are there. You could. I mean, he got up to a slow start, of course, because of injuries in camp. Bowen was also quoted the other day saying how it's basically Belton's job to lose right now. But Tyler Nubin showed why he's a second-round pick. I like that kid from Minnesota anyway. I love that pick. I thought he was physical at point of attack. There was even a play. He blew up a blocker to stop the run and just got in there, knocked him back. That right there tells me that he's going to fit in perfect with Bowen's system. All he's got to do is master the calls, and he'll be fine. So I thought he played very well yesterday. And I don't see any way how sooner or later he will be the starter during the season, even if Belton starts week 1. Who's been having a real good camp. It's no knock on him, no shade. He's a ball hog. I like Belton. But you can see that it's definitely would be in the plans for Bowen to maybe do a lot of 3 safety coverages and looks in this defense against teams this season. But that's a story for another day. Good job by Tyler Nubin, man. I like what I saw. Deonte Banks. He went out there, played good coverage. Of course, it's against backup receivers. But you like the fact that he flashed a little bit, not too much. He wasn't on the field for too many drives. Little handsy on one of the plays. They could have called a pass interference, which he still has to work on that. But you could see he was physical, doing what Deontay Banks does. He's a physical corner, not afraid to come up and test the run. So solid performance on him. But I thought the big star of this defense yesterday was Deontay Johnson. He really looked good yesterday. He's been turning heads. Second-year player out of Toledo, undrafted free agent. He went out there, had a sack, a number of pressures, 4 tackles. He looked and went sideline to sideline on a lot of plays. He looks like he might be a guy that could really fit this system well. And McFadden had a solid year last year. I have no shade for McFadden, but you got to question that maybe with the sideline to sideline ability that Deontay Johnson is showing, that maybe he might push for first team snaps soon. So we'll see. And the Giants seem to really like him. And I thought he was the star of the defense last night. He really played well. Now, the other things that I liked last night, we'll go to the offense. I thought the backup offensive linemen played well. And I thought they were much better than the guys that we saw last year. I think Brasillo's impact is already being shown. I mean, that fraud Bobby Johnson, he's out of here, thank God. You could just see they really had some good blocking, some good two-gap, performance there. I also saw a nice play by Mayfield and Joshua Miles. They did a nice combo block to spring Eric Gray, who we'll get to a minute, for that long touchdown. So, you know what? Brasillo looks like he's going to be a big impact on this team going forward, especially with the starting offensive lineman who nobody played last night. But you could see that there was a lot of attention to detail going on with Brasillo. He was on the sidelines talking to the young linemen, and they executed pretty good last night. I mean, they were going in and they were hitting guys. There wasn't a lot of bad pressure that it was just like egregious, like 85 sack pressure. They actually looked competent. There was some ups and downs. They gave a couple sacks, but they looked competent, especially in the run game. So that's a good thing. I like what I saw there. Stars of the show on offense. It's got to be Eric Gray in this running game. It's got to be. Eric Gray, who is in a dogfight for that RB2 spot behind Singletary with Tyrone Tracy, who we'll get to a minute. But you got to give props to Eric Gray. Best he's looked. Better than he looked all of last year, to be honest. And, he was real patient, waited for his blocks, caught a nice pass out of the backfield from DeVito for like a 20-yard gain, which is what he's always done in college. And, hey, the highlight of the night, man, 48-yard run. Juke, my boy. The same guy that did that dirty hit in practice, and he got him back with sweet revenge with a Madden juke out of his seat and took it to the house. Beautiful play. Shout out to Eric Gray putting up a fight in this RB2 competition. And speaking of the competition, Tyrone Tracy looked good, man. He looked good. He flashed, man. He flashed very well, I thought. He didn't have the big flashy highlight run of the night like Eric Gray did, but he showed why the Giants like him a lot. Broke some tackles, hit the hole hard. Every time he got hit, he was falling forward, man. And he was running, juking, going into piles, being patient with the hole. He looked good, man. He looked real good. And his calling card is already that he's good with the receiving, which we didn't see much of that. But he really looked good, man. I'm saying I think he is really gonna be a good addition to this team going forward. And I would not be surprised. I really would not be surprised if sometime this season, if it's Singletary injury or ineffectiveness, that Tyrone Tracy actually becomes the starting running back. But let's just hope that this three-headed attack can become a nice little running back committee for this offense, because clearly you could see that there's talent in the backfield replacing Mr. Saquon Barkley. I love what I saw last night. Eric Gray gets the highlight of the night and the star of the offense, though. Now to the things I didn't like. Drew Lock. he's not, you could tell he's not ready with the art. He got hurt last night, so I don't want to go too crazy on him, and it's early. But you could tell he still has a lot to learn about this system. And on top of that, I thought he stunk, to be honest. He didn't give Neighbors not one target last night. Not one. Neighbors has been killing in training camp and in the joint practices, been a phenomenon online every damn day he's practicing. And you can't even give this guy a target. And by the way, the film don't lie. I saw the game. I replayed it today. And he is wide open. Neighbors for 2 touchdowns easily. Not a good job, man. Drew Lock was bad last night, man. He was bad. DeVito actually played better than him and looked more competent. Now, of course, he knows the system, so he kind of should. But you could tell like he was the better player on the field last night than Lock. You know, Lock is running into sacks. Just not good. It's unfortunate he got hurt, but he's got to really work on that. And get better because or for all those people, by the way, that was saying how he's gonna take Daniel Jones' job. Listen, man, y'all crazy, man. I told y'all this already, okay? And I'm not the biggest Daniel Jones believer right now. I'm very pessimistic about him and hoping for the best. But there's no way and no chance in hell that Drew Lock was ever better than him. So let's calm that down. You see why, okay? Another thing I did not like. Please, Joe Shane, go get a swing tackle because Ezeudu is not a tackle. He's not. He's not a tackle. You could give me all of the PFF grade. I saw that he had a pretty good PFF grade. The eye test don't lie, man. He's not a tackle. Go get a swing tackle at free agency. Hopefully the Giants address that. We got to stop putting Ezeudu there, man. It just isn't it. He's a guard. So please, Brian Dable, cut it out. For real. And another thing that I don't like is the worst thing I think of all of that really told me something was Ojulari's impact was non-existent against backups and scrubs. How in the world did Ojulari not make an impact? I mean, I expected you to dominate. That has to change. He is an important piece. He's going to be a rotational defensive lineman. We all know he's got all the pass rush tools. The problem is he can't stay healthy. So less snaps, the better. But dude, if you're not gonna be able to dominate the second level, okay, unit of a good team, what's gonna happen when you get in there on the starters? Gotta be better, Ojulari. I did not like the impact. He was invisible the whole night, and that should not be. He should have been dominating that offensive line, Detroit. And I know Detroit's a very good team. They're in the NFC title game, but those are not their starters last night. Ojulari got to be better, man. And that's the bottom line. But all in all, a solid opening win and performance for the Giants in preseason. Next week, they will play the Houston Texans, and it sounds like the starters will give it a go. So that will be more of an emphasis on who we are and where we're at, and I can't wait for it. So that's that. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Born for Sports. Hit like and share. I'm out.